Good evening and welcome to the final round of the Tier 2 category in the Formula Racing League. Tom Cairns in the commentary position, giving you the details for tonight's event. Now we've got a full 20 car grid for this last round of the season, which is great to see. And what's also included is the 3-part qualifying knockout format, which means we'll see the top 20 go out in qualifying. For Q1, the slowest 5 get knocked out. The same for Q2 with a 15-minute session. And then the top 10 go through to the pole position shootout, tossing it out for pole position here on of all tracks. It's the Temple of Speed, Monza, home of the Italian Grand Prix itself. For every season but one, 1980 saw the Italian Grand Prix be held at Imola, whilst remodifications were being made to the Monza racetrack. It's a driver's and fans' favourite for sure. And the first part of this qualifying session is raining, so that's going to throw another challenge into that mix. And I would think we're going to see some drivers on track very, very shortly. Now, who's going to blink first? Now, whilst we're waiting, we've got 4 drivers in the running for the title going into the last round of the season. Looking at the drivers' stand-ins, as soon as I get that up. So, Infinite Glory in the Racing Point, Championship favourite on 117 points. Then it's Pimis 1 in the Red Bull on 115. Then it's Deviek in the Alfa Romeo. I'll say he's in the Alfa Romeo. I'm not sure if he's in this one. He's still mathematically in the running anyway. He's on 100 points, and Jay Hampson 97, the outside favourite, on 93 in the Renault. So a lot can happen in the last round of the season. And we've got 4 drivers now on tracks. So on the track doing their outlaps. The furthest round so far is P Crazy 2. Or P Crazy Z. I think it's a Z on the end of it, not a 2. Trying to find grip anywhere possible. I think we're going to see a lot of lap times being invalidated for these drivers. Very much possible to get track limits wrong here. But P Crazy about to start his first flying lap of this Q1 session. And someone's gone for a spin in sector 2, the beginning of sector 2. I think that's the Renault of BX37 Pro. That's gone for a spin. BX37 Pro, 13th in the standings on 12 points in the Tier 2 category. Right on board with P Crazy Z. Coming into the De La Roggia chicane. Neat and tidy through that. Took it cautiously. Nice through the first part of Lesmo. Got it right through Lesmo too as well. So providing he keeps the car in the track limits, he's on course for a decent first lap here. Is P Crazy. Through the Ascari chicane he goes, over the curves, not too much, and he's gone over it. Lap time invalidated that, and Elvis Nino's had his time invalidated. So his lap won't count. We've got the driver R28 whose lap time's invalidated. And we've got Liverpool fan next. Whistlesticks is also on a flying lap. Whistlesticks is the furthest one round that's currently on a flying lap. That's valid, so we'll stay with him. No, he's just pushed too much there. Took the line too early, and that's his lap time over that on that occasion. I want to find Liverpool Fun 2020. Here we go. Into the Parabolica. And we should see the first legal lap time of Q1. It's a 31.8. So that's the time to beat. Now remember, it's the top 15 that advance. It's just all about the bottom 5 positions. P Crazy going again for another flying lap. He'll be the next one to cross the line. I'm interested to see if the conditions are improving. It is still raining at the moment, so I think that intermediates is still going to be the tyres on for Q1. P Crazy goes quickest on a 1 minute 30.8, a full second faster than Liverpool fan. Here's the driver R28, the number 69 Mercedes, rounding the Parabolica. And it's a 31.3 to put him second out of the 3 drivers who have set a time so far. And Craigo82 has gone 4th on a 31.9. I think, judging by the conditions, the track is improving. So I think that lap times are most certainly going to be coming down more and more and more. And Elvis Nino in the Ferrari, the next to go over the line. And the number 14 Ferrari. He goes only P5. He lost time on that lap. Here's the driver R28, exiting the Parabolica, crossing the finish line to go P1 on a 29.8. More laps as are coming in now. JB Berry's gone 4th temporarily. Whistlesticks goes 2nd. Craigo82 sets another fast time to go 3rd on a 30.5. Now we've got the other half of Andy Meister, who's also on a fast lap. It's a 31 dead. Puts him 7th. Here's N Mystery crossing over the line to go 8th fastest on a 31.4. Here's Alphonse Nino. I think he's going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap, or is he going to carry on and get another fast lap in? He's going to carry on. And he goes quickest on the 29.6. So good luck there from the Ferrari. Here's Warrior Huntsman on the intermediate compound. He's going to go third fastest on a 29.9. JB Berry going quicker than before. Fifth fastest on a 30.3. And more times are being set now. I think Jay Hamson 97's gone sixth on a 30.9. Or it's 30.3, I should say. Rockstar posted his first time in the session. A 31.7, the slowest of all those who have set a time. 8 minutes to go. Now, the track clearly improving. Do you take the risk, see out the session, whilst others who are needing to set a better time than before go quicker? So far Elvis Nino fastest on the 29.6, and it's the driver R28 in second, followed by Warrior Huntsman. Rizzlestick in fourth, then it's JB Berry in fifth, Jay Hamster in sixth, ahead of Craigo, P Crazy, Liverpool Fan, Andy Meister, and Mystery, and Rockstar. Rounding out those who have set a time. The Great Mass, who's on a fast lap now. BX37 Pro, likewise. Here is Kieran 2014. And Jay Hamster's gone quickest on a 29.3. Clearly found time somewhere. We're going to start to see the drivers who have not set a time so far in this session now do so. Kieran 2014 coming into the Parabolica, exiting the Parabolica, upshifting very early into fifth to avoid the wheel spin, 7th, 8th, and goes 11th fastest on a 31.1. It's not very quick. The Great Mass goes 6th fastest, and the next one over the line was BX37 Pro. It goes up to 9th on a 30.6. So the driver at risk at the moment is Rockstar on a 31.7. Infinite Glory about to start his first, what he hopes will be his legal lap. And Rockstar going quicker than before. He most certainly needs to improve. He's over half a second down to End Mystery in 14th. So, but he seems to be over a second up from before. Most certainly putting himself in the mix. He goes 8th fastest on a 1 minute 30.5. So it's a good luck from him. End Mystery is now the one at risk. The Great Mass quicker than before. Kieran 2014 improving. Great Mass goes up to 5th. Kieran 2014 going up to 11th. P Crazy dropping down as the session goes on. But he's back up the order to 6th. Andy Meister starting his next flying lap. Infinite Glory about to complete his. It's a 29.4 to put him in second place. So End Mystery is now in the knockout zone. So Andy Meister in 15th. He's now the one at risk. Most definitely needs to improve on that 31.0. Oh, and the McLaren there, I think that was P Crazy trying to get out of the way from him there. I hope that hasn't compromised his lap. Probably didn't. And someone's gone off in the last turn. And it's Rockstar, who's just coming into the pits. VX37 Pro on a better lap than before. Coming into the Parabolica now, less than 3.5 minutes to go. 4 drivers have still yet to set a time in Q1. 2 of them are out on circuit. BX37 Pro goes 4th fastest on a 29.6. That's a good lap, that. Should see him through. But the track is improving. So it could be last man over the line. Andy Meister improves to 12th on a 30.4. And Pimus 1 with his first time lap is up into 5th. That pushes Jay Hartnell down into the drop zone. Liverpool fan also in there. Now, if I was N Mystery, I'd most certainly get back out there, and he is doing so now. He's got time for 1 flying lap. Trotterio, I don't know if he's going to choose to go out in this session. Unless he's got a qualifying ban of some sort. And we'll go back to what's happening on track whilst we find out that information. Here's Craigo, who's the one at risk in 15th. On a much better lap than before. Coming over the line now. And his time puts him second. Second fastest now for Craigo. Andy Meister also going much quicker. He's going to be the next one over the line. Rockstar is the next one at risk in 15th. He's back. He's on an outlap at the moment, so he should get over the line before the checkered flag. Andy Meister goes 5th. It's a good lap from him. Pimus 1 coming back into the pits. Jay Hartnell going over the line. 16th fastest. Not good enough. Not good enough from Jay Hartnell, so he'll need to go again. Liverpool fan. 9/10 up in sector 2. Coming to the Parabolica now. You can see the track, so you see the track clearly drying. And Liverpool fan drops it. He does improve his time, but he stays in the drop zone. And that's probably him out of qualifying with that mistake. So Trotterio and Ryan Mills are not going out in this session, so they're out at the qualifying. Liverpool fan probably is out. And Mystery's on a flying lap. So is Jay Hartnell. Rockstar has improved to 15. I think he's improved in time actually, or he's just started his flying lap. JB Berry also on a flying lap. Here's Jay Hartnell in the Red Bull. The checkered flag is about to fall now. And Jay Hartnell loses it on the grass. That's him out of qualifying, surely. Yeah, he's not going to improve, so that's him out. Liverpool fan up from before in sector 2, so he's continuing to find time. But here's End Mystery. He could possibly break out of that drop zone. Or has he made a mistake somewhere? I think he might have made a mistake. Yes, he has. He's coming back into the pits. Liverpool fan continuing on, though. He needs to improve. And he's done it. P11 he goes. Rockstar drops into the relegation zone. But he manages to get back out of it. Goes up to second. That drops Kieran into the drop zone. And he's now out of qualifying. So we do have our 5 drivers eliminated. They are Ryan Mills, Trotterio, both of which didn't set a time, and Mystery in 18th, Jay Hartnell in 17th, and Kieran in 16th. So P Crazy getting through by the skin of his teeth. The track clearly improving. That was an interesting first session. Now a few of these drivers are racing in the Tier 2 category event for the first time, particularly a Liverpool fan. The Great Mass also in that. So there are your bottom 5 drivers. Ryan Mills and Trissario, and Mystery, Jay Hartnell, Kieran 2014. Q2 to come next. Really looking forward to see what we've got in store for that. So Davidek didn't make it into the quali in time, as a reserve was already in place. So he's got no chance of fighting for the title this time around. So it's down to just 3 men. Jay Hamster. You've got Infinite Glory, the championship favourite, and Pemis 1. Those are the 3 drivers to look out for. In the meantime, this is Q2. Clearly the conditions are suited for the dry tyres, but I can imagine the track will get quicker. Now P Crazy, who was the first driver to go out onto the racetrack in Q1, is the first one out on track in Q2. Now, can he get himself into Q3? He only just got through by the slightest of margins as the track was improving. Now, P Crazy yet to score a point this season in the Tier 2 category. Can he prevent a pointless season with a top 10 finish here at Monza? It's possible. Anything is possible. He's about to start his first flying lap of Q2. DRS open. Bringing into turn 1. We want to be braking at around about 150 metres before the Rettifilio chicane. Get back on the throttle as soon as possible coming out of turn 2. Now Della Roggia, very, very tricky chicane this. Very easy to get your lap time invalidated if you push too much. He's got through that one. Misses the apex of the first part of Lesmo. Can he recover it through part 2? It's not bad through there. DRS open. All the way up to 8th gear. Going underneath the bridge. We've got the Variante Ascari. Tries to take as wide of a line as possible through there. Avoids the inside curb on the exit of Ascari. Just the one more turn to encounter before the end of this Monza circuit. Over the line he comes, takes to the inside. It's a 20.3, so that's not a bad lap there from P Crazy. But I can imagine the track will improve as the session goes on. Infinite Glory goes second, not as good as P Crazy. It's a 20.8, so he's half a second off. He's Elvis Nino on the medium compound. And he's only a 21.6, so maybe the medium's not the tyres to be on at this stage. Primus 1 beginning his flying lap. Andy Meister completing his first time lap of the Q2. It's a 21 dead. So clearly the soft tyres are the tyres to be on. Jay Hamster going 4th fastest, just 1,000th behind Andy Meister. He set his time on the medium compound, so clearly he's managed to find time on those tyres. JB Berry, 6th on the 22.0. He's also set his time on the mediums. And Rockstar beginning his first flying lap. BX37 Pro about to complete his. Coming into the last corner, well, he's going into the pits actually. Here's Primus. P2 on the medium compound. So he's one of a few drivers to improve and find some time. Andy Meister still on the soft compound. He's looking to complete another lap here. He's a 10th up from before. But he's coming back into the pits, so clearly wants to put on another set of the softs. Jay Hamster will come back into the pits, I would think. Warrior Huntsman going purple in sector 2. Rockstar on the medium compound. An early upshift into 6th gear. Over the line to go 8th. It's the slowest of those who have set a time so far. Rizzlesticks has had his lap time invalidated. I think he's on his out lap anyway. The Liverpool fan on a fast lap. Primus 1 has also had his time invalidated. The one he's currently on, not the one he's done before. JB Berry 95. Can we see him improve? Entering the Parabolica. And he's coming back into the pits. Liverpool fan yet to set a time so far. He's on the medium compound here. And he's up to 6th on a 21.0. Rockstar on a much better lap than before. Should expect him to be in the 1 minute 20s. Takes a nice inside line there, nailing the apex perfectly. Gets on the power, not too much. There'll be a 1 minute 20.7. That's a good lap there from Rockstar that puts in 3rd fastest on 20.7. So we've got 6 drivers yet to set a time so far. Rizzlesticks will need to come back into the pits because his lap time's been invalidated. Just want to find who else is on a fast lap. There's only 2 drivers who are not in the pits or on an out lap. So it'll be some time before the next flying lap is completed by anyone. We've got BX37 Pro beginning his fast lap, likewise P Crazy. Now he's set his earlier time on the soft compounds. So if he gets into Q3 by setting a better time on the mediums, that could give him a better race strategy. Andy Meister starting his flying lap now. Obviously now going fastest of anyone through sector 1. We've got BX37 Pro. Yet to set a time so far. What's his time like in Sector 2? So 53.9. He's on the medium compound, so if he doesn't set a fast lap here, he'll want to come back into the pits and go on a set of softs for his last run. And a car's spun in the background. It's P Crazy going for a spin. BX37 Pro going over the line. Up to 8th. Elvis Nino improves to 3rd on a 20.6. It's a good lap from him. Very good lap. The Great Mass. You can see what lap he can come out with here. DRS open. Got the AlphaTauri of Rizzle Sticks ahead of him, who's on his out lap so far. So JB Berry, 95, is the driver at risk. His lap time wasn't that good on the medium compound, so he'll most definitely need to go back out again anyway. Here's the Great Mass. About to post his first time of the second part of qualifying. He's up to 9th on a 21.1, so that pushes JB Berry into the drop zone. Here's Alphas Nino, who's I think on a cool down lap actually. Yeah, he's coming into the pits, so with his time it should see him through, but having said that, the top 10 are separated by 8/10, half a second separating 2nd to 10th, and we've still got 4 drivers who have yet to set a time so far in Q2. Warrior Huntsman is one of them. Rounding the Parabolica now. Looking to sneak into that top 10. And does so up to 6th. That pushes BX37 Pro into the drop zone. He's on a fast lap at the moment. BX37 Pro making the most of the track at the moment. Pushing as hard as he can. Breaking into the Parabolica. Trying to get on the power as early as he can. He's on the media compound. He improves to 4th. Great lap there from BX37 Pro. Puts him 4th quickest. Warrior Huntsman. DRS open. Not sure if he's on a better number 4. No, he's not. So we'll come away from him. JB Berry on a better lap than before, most definitely. 7/10 up in Sector 2. He's on the soft compound this time. So should he keep the car within the track limits, he'll most definitely be in the 1 minute 20s. The driver at risk at the moment is Liverpool Fan 2020, and he's currently in the pits. So he will need to go back out. And I think if JB Berry does cross the line into the top 10, that will prompt Liverpool Fan to go back out onto the track. And JB Berry goes fastest on a 20.1. That should see him through. Now Craigo 82. Yet to set a time in Q2. He's on the medium compound. Andy Meiser also on a fast lap. Oh, nearly dropping it there. And one driver who's at risk now is Jay Hamston 97. He's just come out onto the track on a set of the soft compound, getting out of the way of drivers who are on a fast lap. And Craigo goes 13th fastest on a 21.5. It's not a very good lap, so he'll need to go again. Andy Meiser, over the line he comes. Second fastest, 20.3. Infinite Glory looking to improve on his mediums. He goes second fastest on a 20.3. That's an amazing lap from Infinite Glory to put him up there. So drivers seemingly looking to find time. Track Evolution clearly playing its role in this session. And Warrior Huntsman has retired from the session, so he's got to hope that drivers below him don't improve. Whistle Sticks crossing over the line to post a 1:21. That puts him second fastest. That pushes Jay Hamster into the drop zone. Now Jay Hamster's had his time invalidated, so he will need to go again. This is his last chance. Prego, over the line he goes. 12th fastest, not good enough. Has he got more time? Has he got enough fuel to do another lap? The driver R28 is not going out for a last run, so he's out of qualifying. The Great Mass is on a flying lap, as is Liverpool Fun 2020, who's fastest of anyone in Sector 2. Now Warrior Huntsman, who's already left the session, is in danger of being pushed into the drop zone. Liverpool Fan, the Racing Point getting out of the way. Liverpool Fan over the line to put him up to third. That pushes Warrior Huntsman out. Now Jay Hamster getting held up by Rockstar, who must be on a fast lap himself. This is not good news for Jay Hamster, who needs a faster time in order to get through into Q3. Rockstar locks up. Can Jay Hamster make the use of the toe? Over the line he comes. This should put him quickest here, actually. He does. He's safely through. Rockstar also is in 8th. The Pimus one, he will make it through. And BX37 Pro has been knocked out. Prego goes over the line on a 21.0. Not good enough, I'm afraid. He goes out of qualifying, as does the Great Mass. So it was close. A few of the drivers having to sacrifice a set of soft tyres, therefore starting the race on the soft tyres in order to get through, i.e. Jay Hamster, JB Berry, Whistle Sticks, Liverpool Fan. Infinite Glory, Rockstar, Pimus and Elvis Nino will be happy getting through on the mediums, therefore starting the race on them. So the 5 drivers out of qualifying: BX37 Pro, Warrior Huntsman, Prager 82, the Great Mass, and the driver R28. Q3 could well be nail-biting. Jay Hamster in particular will be desperate to start on pole. And doing so by over 0.4 of a second. So I'm not sure why the driver R28 decided to not post a time. Perhaps saving tyres for the race. P Crazy getting through in 7th on the soft compound. Can he score some points here tonight? Infinite Glory in 5th position. He'll be wary of Pimus 1. He's also got through into Q3. So what's going to happen in these final 12 minutes of qualifying? Can any of the championship contenders put themselves at the front of the grid? Now I can imagine a lot of these drivers are going to just do 2 runs. Others may choose to do 1, but we'll wait and see. They may do a run of a used set of tyres, and on the last run use their allocated Q3 sets of soft compound tyres. So P Crazy, as he has done in Q1 and Q2, the first driver out on circuit in Q3. He's desperate to get out on circuit. Clearly loves the Monza circuit too much. I suppose a blessing for him is that there are only 10 cars out on track, including himself, which reduces the chances of him being hindered by another driver. 6 cars out on track so far. Others Nino, Rizzle6, Pimus 1 and Rockstar remain in the pits. I say that, Rockstar is coming out onto the track now. Okay, I've just been informed by the driver R28 that he got a penalty for Q2 and Q3, which explains why he didn't set a time. And he says, I'm going to fight on in the race. That's a good attitude. Very good attitude. I suppose that's the thing with these leagues. You just, no matter where you qualify, you just don't know what the race can offer, no matter which track you do. Meanwhile, we've got P Crazy beginning his first time lap. Can he keep the car within the track limits? I think with it being so important to set the time, he will need to keep the car most certainly in track limits. P Crazy. Oh, he just got a little bit of wheel spin coming out of the first part of Ascari. He's had to take a more stranger line through the middle part of it to recover. So he's about to cross the line now, and he's committing to the lap. 20.3. The Haas of Andy Meister, the next to cross the line, goes to provisional pole on a 1 minute 20.0, so a good lap there. But I expect more time to be found. The next car to cross the line is JB Berry, but he's had his time invalidated, so he won't be setting a time there, and neither will Jay Hamster. So 2 of the championship contenders already had the book thrown at them by the stewards for exceeding track limits. Liverpool fan looking to go over the line for Alfa Romeo. Pole position for him. That's a good lap there. Even better from Infinite Glory to put himself into P1 on a 1 minute 19.9. That's a phenomenal lap from Infinite Glory. Well, if you're going to win this championship, you need to put in the best performance. You can see the Alfa Romeo of Liverpool fan going through the polystyrene boards. I just hope that doesn't do too much damage to his car there. The good old polystyrene blocks. Elvis Nino in the Ferrari. He's on a fast lap. He's got the McLaren of P Crazy right behind him. He's coming back into the pits actually. And P Crazy deciding to carry on to do another lap, but doesn't improve. Pimus 1 goes fastest though, on a 1:19.8. So clearly there's time to be found. Andy Meister goes in the pits. JB Berry comes over the line. And he's up to 4th on a 1 minute 20.0. But what a lap from Pimus 1. Where did he find that time from? That's an astonishing lap. Infinite Glory's on a flying lap, but no improvement there. I think he's coming back into the pits to get another of the soft compound on. You can see Liverpool fan touring round. I'm not sure why he's going that slow, if I'm honest with you. He may be low on fuel. I think that explains why. P Crazy. It's a 10th down from his fastest, but... he spins. He's done it again. This time in more spectacular fashion. Stays out of the way of the Red Bull of Primus 1, who's had his time invalidated as well, so no improvement from him. And Vizzlesticks exceeds the chat limits and loses his lap time. Can Rockstar keep it within the chat limits? The answer is yes. Rockstar coming over the second sector time. It's a 52.8 so far. This is a good lap here from Rockstar. Can he put himself in the frame for a front row starter here? It's very much possible. He won't have any traffic to deal with. So it's a clean run to the line. Rockstar coming over the line now. Can he go to provisional pole here? He can! It's a 1:19.4! That's 4/10 faster than anyone else! That's a brilliant lap time from Rockstar. Puts him onto provisional pole position. Can he keep it though? That's going to be very, very difficult, even for the championship contenders to beat. That's an amazing lap time from Rockstar. I'm just trying to see whether he's joined in from either the Tier 1 category or the Academy. Well, he's not in the Tier 1 one. Has he been in one of the Academy ones? I don't think he has, so I think he could well be an all-new racer in this particular sim league. But I just cannot help but think how great that lap was from Rockstar 812. So as it stands, the championship contenders, Primus 1, second fastest, Infinite Glory in third. Jay Hamster, who made a mistake on his last run, is in the pits at the moment because he picked up front wing damage on the exit of the Parabolica. So he's down in 10th place and yet supposed to time. Anja Meister didn't get his entry right through the second part of Lesmo there. What's his second sector time? It's 58. It's a 52A. That's not bad, but it's not amazing. It's faster than before, so could well get into the 1:19 19s here. P Crazy's also started his flying lap, so we'll go on board with him in a minute. Anja Meister goes up to second on a 1:19.6. That's a good lap time from Anja Meister to put him up into second position and on the front row. Now the next driver who is on a fast lap is P Crazy. Didn't pick up on the sector 1 time, so we'll have to have a look what his time's like in sector 2. Now Anja Meister posted up this stage a 52.8 overall by the end of sector 2. P Crazy needs to target around that range really. He's 53.2, so he's some way off, so I can't see him getting up to a top 5 position here really, I don't think. But if it'll give it his best shot into the Parabolica. Is this going to improve his time? It does, but only ever so slightly, 4 thousandths of a second. Meister's had his lap time invalidated. Elvis Nino getting out of the way of Jay Hamster. Rizzlesticks is about to cross the line though. It's a 1:19.6 to put him up into second place. So Rizzlesticks and Undermice are separated by 0.003 of a second. Elvis Nino goes over the line. It's a 25.1, but he let Jay Hamster go because he knows that he's a faster driver than him and more of a threat to the likes of those for pole position. Didn't see what Jay Hamster 97 can come up with. Now he's in the running for the title as Jay Hamster. He has to win this race and hope that Infinite Glory and Pimis 1 struggle. Infinite Glory half a second up from before. So he's on a much better lap. Don't tell me we're going to get into the 1:18. Surely not. It's a 1:19.3 to put him onto provisional pole. So it's P1 for Infinite Glory. Can anyone respond to that? Liverpool fans gone purple in sector 2. P Crazy goes over the line, no improvement. Alphas Nino is also in there. Liverpool fan is the next driver to cross the finish line. The checker flag has fallen. Andy Meister can only manage no higher than 5th. Liverpool fan goes to provisional pole, 1:19.2. That's a brilliant, brilliant time. Jay Hamster goes 3rd fastest. It's a better lap from him. Rizzlesticks, can he improve? He's gone in the pits, so JB Berry gone purple in sector 1. Infinite Glory's gone fastest in sector 1 and in sector 2. Rockstar coming over the line now, and he goes back up to pole on a 1:18.8. That's incredible. Incredible lap time. Surely Infinite Glory's not going to beat that. He's got half a second to beat. He may get on the front row though. Over the line he comes. He goes up to 2nd. And Pimis 1's lost time, so the highest he can manage is 5th. Not good for him. With his title rival, Infinite Glory, 2nd place on the grid at the moment, but JB Berry's on a better lap. And he only manages 9th, so that's him starting there. So Rockstar, he's made an appearance in the Tier 2 category in the Formula Racing League, starts on pole position by over 0.3 of a second. Infinite Glory alongside him, then it's Liverpool fan and Jay Hamster. Pimis 1 in 5th, Alphas Nino in the Ferrari in 6th place, and it's Rizzlesticks, Andy Meister, JB Berry and P Crazy rounding out the top 10. But that was a brilliant, brilliant end to Q3 and to this qualifying session. That was very much worth it. It was very, very challenging in Q1 with the intermediate conditions. Then it dried out for Q2. Then the track got even quicker in Q3, and what a time Rockstar 812 has done on his home circuit as well. That makes it even more special for him. But that's qualifying. Can he convert that into the race win? Now Jay Hamster qualifying 4th. He'll be reasonably happy with that, but he'll need to get a good start to take the fight to the likes of Infinite Glory and Pimis. Now, Jay Hamster's got to win the race to stand any chance. Infinite Glory's 2 points in front of Pimis going into the last race of the season. So it's a matter of who finishes ahead, really. I'm not quite sure how many race wins each driver has had in this championship in Tier 2. If you do know the answer to that, then do please let me know. Because there could be a situation with 2 drivers tied on points. And if there's 2 drivers tied on points, then countback would decide it. So we're just waiting now for the drivers to complete their fuel and tyre strategies. So 20 seconds to go until the beginning of the formation lap. Are we going to be in for an exciting season finale? I cannot wait for this, actually. I really cannot wait for it. So, let's have a look and see which drivers are starting on what. So we've got those who had made it into Q3, starting on the medians: Rockstar, Infinite Glory, Pimis 1 and Elvis Nino. Warrior Huntsman, the driver R28, Kieran 2014, Jay Hartnell and Mystery, also on mediums. The only driver on the hard is Crago. The rest are all on softs. So that's worth noting. This is so intense. Infinite Glory, the title favourite, 2 points in front of Pimis. You have to say those two are the realistic contenders for the title, although Jay Hamster will be there to pick up the pieces should those two trip over themselves. Infinite Glory starts second, Jay Hamster in fourth, Pimis in fifth. Davdek, who should have been contending for the title in this one, sadly not in this, but he'll most definitely be watching. I'm sure he'll be relishing a great race here. A full 20 car grid, which is great to see. Rockstar will lead the field onto the grid for this 27 lap Italian Grand Prix, the 10th and final round of the Formula Racing League in Tier 2. Who's going to come away with the winner's trophy at Monza? Who's going to come away with the championship trophy? So Rockstar will lead the field onto the grid. So the last car on the grid now. And when the five lights go out here in Monza, you know what's coming next. He'll come away as the champion here at Monza. Lights out, and away we go. And Rockstar gets off the line cleanly, but Infinite Glory's got an even better start from second. And there's Jay Hamster who is alongside in third. Can he outbrake them into turn one? Infinite Glory takes the lead. Jay Hamster nearly got it, and Jay Hamster may have the better line. He leads. Jay Hamster leads the Italian Grand Prix. There's Infinite Glory dropping to second. Rockstar down to third. There's Pimis, Alphas Nino, P Crazy making up places. There's Liverpool fan, Andy Meister, Warrior Huntsman, and Wrestlesticks running out the top 10. Coming into the De La Roggia chicane for the first time. And we've got drivers hopping over the curves. A bit of debris from one of the Ferraris. I think that was Alphas Nino who's lost debris and places. Pimis 1 has got ahead of Rockstar. So the top three drivers in the drivers' standings, or the championship contenders I should say, were in the top three positions on the road. But Jay Hamster got the start he needed to lead on the first lap. There's Infinite Glory and Pimis 1. There's Rockstar, Liverpool fan, and we've got P Crazy under pressure from the house of Andy Meister, who should get past him here, and he does. Forces P Crazy out wide, and it's Alphas Nino who's got damage to his front wing. He may need to come into the pits to get it changed. Warrior Huntsman, the great mass behind him, and we've got drivers battling for position. Kieran 2014 going wide on the exit of Foscari, but Jay Hamster completing the first lap ahead of Infinite Glory. But can he keep it? Now if Jay Hamster, even though he was, and Pimis 1 has dropped down the order by the looks of it. I think that may be a glitch with the graphic. So we'll see if that updates very, very shortly. And I think Kieran 2014, who's right at the back, is coming into the pits for a front wing replacement. Not sure what's happened to him there. So we're just waiting for the graphic to update properly. So what you've seen on the graphic is not the current race lead. So we're just waiting for the race to update itself. But Jay Hamster continuing to lead. Infinite Glory in second place, and it's Pimis in third. Andy Meister, Rockstar, Liverpool Fan, P Crazy, Warrior Huntsman, Alphas Nino, Rizzle Sticks, JV Bowie, BX37 Pro. And we can see there's a move here from Rizzle Sticks, who gets past the wounded Ferrari of Elvis Nino. I wonder if he's going to come into the pits at the end of this lap to get it changed. But he's carrying on for the time being. He is on the medium compound, remember, so he needs to try and take those tyres as far as he can, really, unless he's losing too much time. And Mystery's the first driver to get a time penalty for exceeding the track limits. I doubt that will be the last penalty we'll see in this race, and that could play a role in the fight for the title as well here. Warrior Huntsman getting past P Crazy and up into 7th position. Wow, what a first couple of laps we've had here at Monza. We've still got 25 laps to go. Liverpool Fan pulling alongside the Mercedes of Rockstar. Outbreaks him into turn 1, gets his elbows out. He's moved his Alfa Romeo up into 5th place. P Crazy nearly losing it whilst trying to battle with the AlphaTauri of Warrior Huntsman. He's about to lose a place to the other AlphaTauri of Rizzle Sticks. The two nearly making contact there. And I think P Crazy's just got his nose in front. But BX37 Pro behind them has got a time penalty, so that will go to his time at the end of the race. And Alfa Nino did come into the pits. He's back out on track on a set of the hard compound tyres. So he's got with it all to do, really, to salvage some points. Jay Hamster continuing to lead. And BX37 Pro has crashed out somewhere. Not sure what's happened. He's crashed out on the exit of Lesmo. And that's brought out the safety car, the first safety car of this race. Which is good news for the likes of Alphas Nino and Q in 2014, who are at the rear of the field. But that's most certainly going to bunch the field up, which is bad news for Jay Hamster. With his teammate crashing out, bringing out the safety car. That's most definitely going to neutralise the field once again. Now, it'll be interesting to see who decides to come into the pits at the end of this lap. Liverpool Fan doing so. Is anyone else going to do the same? Rizzle 6 is doing so. Trotterio also doing it. The Great Mass making the late decision there, and he's got a 5-second time penalty as well. So he'll have to take that time in the pits, or that'll be served at the end of the race. Now Trotterio, his teammates, just done his stop. I don't think he's going to lose too much time here. He may have lost a little bit there because they were only just servicing the other Alfa Romeo of Liverpool Fan. But Jay Hamster's caught up to the safety car. Infinite Glory's in second place on the mediums. Got Pimis in third on the medium compound. Andy Meister in fourth, Rockstar, Warrior Huntsman, Pete Crazy, JV Berry, Driver R28, and Jay Hartnell. So you've got those from 14th to 19th already stopped. Now I wonder, with Alphas Nino pitting earlier on, should he go to the end on those hards? Or will he come back into the pits and maybe go onto a set of the medium compound? He may not have any mediums left. I'm not sure if the hard tyre is the fastest to be on round here, but as I said before, anything can happen. Now, as it stands, as far as the championship is concerned, Infinite Glory would take the title. He would take the title by 5 points over Pimis 1. Jay Hamster 97 would be third overall. So if you're Jay Hamster, what do you do? Do you try and hold the field up and hope that others behind get by the likes of Infinite Glory and Pimis 1? Now the bad news for Jay Hamster is that the championship contenders behind him will be on better tyres at this stage than he will be. So he needs to make that crucial decision as to when to pit and keep hold of first place, because the field behind him are most certainly going to bunch up. Now, is Kieran 2014 going to pit? No, he's going to stay out on his mediums. Probably right to do so, to be honest. He is at the back of the field anyway. So we've only got 2 drivers at the moment on time penalties who are running. They are End Mystery with a 3-second time penalty, the Great Mass with a 5-second time penalty. I wonder if the safety car will choose to come in at the end of this lap. Loving this so far. Very intense for both the race and the championship. We'll find out coming through the end of sector 2 whether the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. It will be. So Jay Hamster will back the field up. He will effectively become the safety car at this point. It will allow the safety car to pull clear. Now he's got to time this one, Jay Hamster, because if he leaves it too soon or too late, he's going to be swamped by the likes of Infinite Glory and Pimis, and that could leave him in no man's land, right in the thick of it. So he needs to time this carefully. And he's going now. That's a great restart from Jay Hamster. And as you can see, a battle between Infinite Glory and Pimis for second. Coming over the line now. There's no DRS for the first 2 laps, so it's just pure racing from here on in. But Pimis 1 is looking to get by Infinite Glory. He needs to do so to have any chance of taking the title here. Andy Meiser under pressure from Rockstar, who may get good drive coming out of the Retifilia chicane, but this order remains the same. But Pimis 1 has got by Infinite Glory, so Pimis 1 is up into second place. Now that changes the situation in the championship, because Pimis 1 would pip Infinite Glory into the championship by 1 point, but Andy Meiser's also got past Infinite Glory. So Andy Meiser on his softs is now up into 3rd position. Infinite Glory going backwards so far on the restart, which is great news for Jay Hamster, but he also needs Pimis 1 to fall behind. So Jay Hamster can only do what he can do. He's got the fastest up so far and the race win, but even that wouldn't be enough with Pimis 2nd and Infinite Glory in 4th. But positions are going to keep changing all the time. So we go back to the interval timings. This will tell us how close each car is to each other. And JB Berry making a move on P Crazy up into 7th place in the other racing point. Keen to show his pace after a disappointing qualifying, really. Infinite Glory right on the tail of Andy Meister. Jay Hamster continuing to pull out a gap of 2 seconds, so he's out of DRS range, which is good news. And with Pimis in 2nd place and not having the benefit of DRS, he's going to be vulnerable to the likes of Andy Meister, Infinite Glory and co behind him. There's no further changes behind, although there's Trotterio losing a place to Kieran. Ryan Mills in 19th position. And Rockstar's got a time penalty now for exceeding track limits. Jay Hamster nearly losing it coming out of the first part of Lesmo. Pimis 1 in 2nd place. Andy Meister will have DRS on this occasion. Oh no, it's the 2nd lap of the restart, sorry. There's no DRS yet. So it'll be the next time the drivers come through the exit of Lesmo, where they can have the DRS activated, providing they are within 1 second of the car in front at the detection point. You can see there's a battle behind. You can see Warrior Huntsman pulling alongside Rockstar, but it's JB Berry who's going to leapfrog the pair of them by the looks of it. He gets past Warrior Huntsman, and he's going to be on the tail of Rockstar on the start-finish straight. Here of ERS. Yep. He's going to be on the tail, and he's going to pass the Mercedes and up into 5th place. Now, can Warrior Huntsman also get by the Mercedes? The answer is no on that occasion. Jay Hamster continuing to increase his lead. The driver R28, the latest, get a time penalty. There's an incident in Sector 1, not sure what's happened. And the Mercedes has spun out. That's Rockstar. Rockstar's made a mistake. And I wonder if he's had damage to his front wing there. So not good news for him. The The man who's done so well in qualifying to get that car onto pole position, and he's falling backwards. Andy Meister getting a poor exit out of Lesmo, which will benefit Pimis on this occasion, and that's going to allow Infinite Glory to close in, but Andy Meister's going to have DRS as well, because he was within 1 second of Pimis at the detection point. Warrior Huntsman, the latest to get a time penalty now for exceeding track limits. But this is the battle we most certainly want to be seen at the moment, because can Andy Meister get by Pimis for second place? DRS will be open. Wide open. Don't know if he's going to be close enough to have a go on this occasion. And someone else has dropped back. It's P. Crazy who's gone into the pits for a change of tyres. I wonder he had a coming together with Rockstar on the exit of the Rettifilio. Rockstar's carrying on though. It looks like he doesn't have damage to his front wing, so he's choosing to carry on. Infinite Glory in 4th position. With Pimis second, Pimis would take the title from Infinite Glory's nose. So Infinite Glory's got to get on with it here. Thing is, Pimis 1 started the race on the same tyres as Infinite Glory. So it's vitally important that Infinite Glory can get past Andy Meister. Warrior Huntsman's within DRS range of JB Berry, too far back to have a go there though. There's a Liverpool fan, who's the highest of those who's already pitted. So should he keep his car out of trouble, he may be able to take the lead here once the leaders do pit. Although when Jay Hamster comes in, he's going to be on much fresher tyres than the Liverpool fan. And go back to the battle for 5th, because Warrior Huntsman's in the slipstream and with DRS pulling alongside JB Berry, and he's moved up to 5th. Mystery's left the session, but I reckon he'll come back at some point. The Great Master's got another 3 seconds added to his time penalty. Rockstar getting back up the order past Ryan Mills. Infinite Glory needing to get past Andy Meister, who didn't get the best of exits again on the exit of Lesmo. I wonder if his tyres are beginning to fall off the cliff here. Infinite Glory is going to be in the slipstream. Now Andy Meister's out of DRS range from Pimis in front, so that's going to give Infinite Glory the benefit of the doubt here of DRS. JB Berry's the latest to get a time penalty. Not good news for him. Trotteria the latest to get a time penalty as well. And Jay Hamster's coming into the pits for a change of tyres. Now what tyres is he going to go on? Pimis takes the lead. Jay Hamster comes in for a set of the medium compound. He'll fall to the back of the field, but he might have track position. And he's got Rockstar as well, who hasn't pitted in this race, and Jay Hamster will fall behind him. So he's down to 17th, is Jay Hamster. Not exactly got track position, which is good news for Pimis 1 and Infinite Glory. Andy Meister struggling once again to get good drive off Lesmo. Now he's far enough to stay in front of Infinite Glory on this occasion. So Infinite Glory will have to wait a little bit longer. Now, how soon will it... Oh, Infinite Glory had to take a stranger line through Ascari there. I wonder if the turbulent air caught him out. Missile sticks, 3 seconds added for exceeding track limits. Andy Meister is coming into the pits this time. Can he get this car slowed down? He can. So Infinite Glory up into second place and with DRS. So it's an opportunity for him to close in on Pimis 1 in front of him. I should think that Jay Hamster will get back ahead of Andy Meister. He will do. Rockstar coming into the pits. He's probably going to go on the set of the hard compound. So Andy Meister rejoining the track behind Jay Hamster. He's got a clear track in front of him. Infinite Glory's got a time penalty now for exceeding track limits, which is bad news for his chances in the championship. So unless Pimis 1 and Jay Hamster get the same time penalty, it's going to be a real tough ask for him to even get past Pimis 1. So as it stands, Pimis 1 leading, and Infinite Glory nearly losing it, going over the curb heavily on the exit of Ascari. That won't do his chances any good. But as I was saying, as far as the championship is concerned, Pimis 1 would take the title by 5 points from Infinite Glory. And Pimis 1's come into the pits, and he's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is good news for Infinite Glory, because that means he's got 2 seconds time penalty less than Pimis 1. It's also good news for Jay Hamster, because he's not got a time penalty to his name at all. He'll get back ahead of Pimis 1. Andy Meister will go past the Red Bull as well. JB Berry also pitting. In fact, Pimis 1's going to get out in front of Andy Meister on this occasion. With Andy Meister, his tyres will be up to temperature, unlike Pimis 1's. Now, Liverpool fan on his mediums. Still not able to get past the driver R28. Jay Hartnell doing very well in the Red Bull in 3rd place. Still yet to pit, of course, but nice to see him up there for once. Now, Infinite Glory, can he pull out a big margin? Now, when will he come into the pits? He'll probably come in at the end of this lap. He will be on fresher tyres than Pimis and Jay Hamster, but only by a lap or two. Does he pit now or does he stay out? He comes in. He's also got a 5-second time penalty. That takes his total to 8 seconds. That's not good for his championship hopes. That makes it even worse for him there. Jay Hamster will go by him. Now, can Pimis 1 get in front of Infinite Glory? This is the pivotal one, really. Yes, he can. Infinite Glory falls behind Andy Meister. So, Infinite Glory's got a mountain to climb now to take this championship, but it's not over yet. Liverpool fan 2020, who's the highest of those who's pitted, is in 5th place. Going hard on the gearbox at the moment. He's getting stuck behind, though, of driver R28 and Craigo. The driver is leading, that's Warrior Huntsman in the AlphaTauri. I wonder if he'll pit at the end of this lap. He does have that time penalty, remember. And driver going wide, that's the driver R28. And both Liverpool fan and Craigo got by him. So it's a position gain there for Liverpool fan. And Liverpool fan, oof, I think that was just a connection issue there. DRS wide open, and he's going to go past the Haas driver with ease. Elvis Nino doing the same with driver R28 into the Rettifilio. And the Liverpool fan goes for a spin, pushing too hard there. Oh, that's such a shame, because he could have been in the running for the race victory. But his chances of that are gone now. And JB Berry set a new fastest lap of the race. He's not got the point for the fastest lap, but Rockstar's got the point. Is now set a new fastest lap, 1 minute 22.3. But what a shame there for Liverpool fan who done everything right in this race. It's Elvis Nino who's the highest of those who's pitted on the hards. Now, he was at the back of the field prior to the safety car. He's back up into 4th place. Can he keep it? Be amazing if he did. Now, I wonder how long it'll be before the Warrior Huntsman does come into the pits. He'll most certainly go onto a set of the soft compound, given how far he's gone. So 15 laps done. Yeah, he is going to go on the soft compound. Jay Hartnell's coming in as well. Craigo decides to stay out. He did start the race on the hard tyres, so he's clearly going to go longer. So he leads the race. Elvis Nino's in 2nd. The Great Mass, who's already pitted, is in 3rd. But he's got that time penalty. And positions changing all the time at the moment. You can see the Warrior Huntsman rejoining behind JB Bowie. Jay Hartnell also coming out of the pits. Just had the one retirement so far. The X37 Pro in the Renault. Crashing out in the Lesmo section. And Elvis Nino has got by Craigo into the lead. So as at the moment, this is his race to lose, given the pace he's setting on the hard compound. But it shouldn't be too long before the likes of Jay Hamster, Pimis and Infinite Glory get by those who are slower than them. So with Pimis in 7th, Infinite Glory in 10th, Pimis 1 would take the title by, I believe... Oh, Infinite Glory goes for a spin into the barriers, wrecked his front wing. And surely that's his championship challenge all but over now. Infinite Glory go for the spin, pushing too hard. He was too desperate to get by Trotterio. He's fallen down to 13th place. He's going to need to pit as well. And the driver, R28, going for a spin. And he's spun and pointing the wrong way. It's all kicking off here at Monza now. So Jay Hamster is in 5th, Pimis 1's in 7th. Pimis 1 can afford to take it easy. If Glory's got another time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now, unless we do get a safety car, I doubt that Infinite Glory will come back from that now. Especially with the mammoth time penalty that he's got. There we go, look. 13 seconds to his name. Such a shame that. Jay Hamster has already got past Liverpool Fan 2020. Can he get by Rizzle Sticks? Side by side. Craigo's got another time penalty to his name. Jay Hamster's going to go to the outside of the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri keeps his line ahead. That's a good defensive driving there from Rizzle Sticks. He's got a 9-second time penalty though. Jay Hamster would move back in front of the 2nd, 3rd and 4th place drivers. He wouldn't get of Elvis Nino though, because Elvis Nino doesn't have a time penalty to his name. Jay Hamster determined to get in front of the AlphaTauri. He's got 10 laps to go. He needs to win the race to have any chance of snatching the title, with Infinite Glory down the order and out of the points. Now, Pimis was 21 points in front of Jay Hamster coming into the event. So if Jay Hamster was to win this race and Pimis going down as far as 7th, let's say, that wouldn't be enough for Jay Hamster to win it. He would only miss out by 2 points. But Craigo's yet to pick so far. Great Mass is on older tyres than Jay Hamster, as is Elvis Nino, who's on his set of hards. Jay Hamster's got enough time to do it, but not much time. He's got a third of the race to do now. Bizzle 6 getting another 3 seconds added to his time penalty. Pimis 1 dropping to 8th place behind Andy Meister. That's good news for Jay Hamster. Now I just want to re-jog my memory on the championship battle, because this is vitally important at this stage now. And you can see the Great Mass and Craigo82 coming into the pits. Now that's allowing Jay Hamster to move up into second place. Pimis will go up the order as well. He's up to 4th place. He's got DRS behind Jay Hamster as well. I think someone's made a mistake on the start-finish straight. That could just be some debris or something. But Pimis 1 in a comfortable position in 4th. Rizzlesticks has retired from the session, hence why he's no longer competing. That explains why we've got that yellow flag. So he's the second driver to retire. So Jay Hamster was 22 points behind Pimis 1, 24 behind Infinite Glory coming into the event. So with Infinite Glory out of the points, Pimis 1 in 4th. Even if Jay Hamster got into a race-winning position here at Monza, that wouldn't be enough for him to win it. He's got to hope Pimis 1 makes a mistake somewhere. Now bear in mind, Pimis 1 does have 5-second time penalty. Warrior Huntsman's got 3 seconds, so he would drop behind Warrior Huntsman. Now, if you're Pimis 1, you'll want to get by Andy Meister because you've got someone like Warrior Huntsman who's on much better tyres at this stage, determined to get past. Now, Andy Meister's allowing Pimis 1 and Warrior Huntsman to go past. Now, was that a tactic? Either way, Warrior Huntsman is pulling alongside the Red Bull for a moment there, but the Red Bull's also got DRS because he was behind the Haas at the detection point coming into the DRS zone. So that's why he's been able to keep hold of 3rd position. This race is far from over. The championship's far from over. It most certainly is for Infinite Glory as far as he's concerned. He's just going for pride at the moment now. Now the only way he can win it is if Pimis 1 has trouble. Now if Pimis 1 was to fall down as far as 10th, that would be Infinite Glory's championship, even if Infinite Glory was to finish outside the points. So this race is, the championship's far from over. You can see the AlphaTauri of Warrior Huntsman moving up into 3rd place now, ahead of Pimis 1, who isn't on the best tyres really, but he is going to have DRS. Liverpool fan's he's got 3 seconds now of time penalty. The time penalty is going to change the order so much at the moment. Jay Hamster 7 seconds behind Elvis Nino, and he's got 7 laps to go to get in front of him to have any hope of snatching the title from both Infinite Glory and Pimis 1. You can see the Red Bull of Pimis. Now, if you're Pimis 1, do you go for it, get onto the podium, or do you take it easy? Because with Infinite Glory outside the points, he only needs to finish 8th or higher to take the title, unless Infinite Glory gets back into the points. So many permutations that could decide this. Craigo's also got a time penalty. There was a new fastest lap as well by someone. I couldn't quite remember who it was that... it was Rockstar, but he's outside the points anyway. So Elvis Neo completing the 21st lap, 6 laps away from race victory. Jay Hamster taking only 0.4 of a second out of his lead on this lap alone, so he's running out of time. Jay Hartnell within DRS range. Pimis 1 doesn't have DRS on this occasion, so Jay Hartnell's going to go past him easily here. JB Berry pulling alongside Andy Meiser, and he's going to go up into 6th place surely. And he should do, because Andy Meiser got on the curves heavily there. Oh no, Andy Meiser stays in front. So Andy Meister keeps hold of 6th, but Pimis 1 is down to 5th place. Can JB Berry get by the Haas of Andy Meister? And someone's had an incident set to 3. It's one of the Williams. It's Kieran 2014. Gets going again though. Now Andy Meister's got no time penalty to his name. Warrior Huntsman has got another 3 seconds added to his time penalty, so that will go to his time at the end of the race. The driver's pushing so hard to pull away from those behind, knowing that they've already got a time penalty, yet this is just hurting their chances of a good result here. Trotterio moving ahead at End Street into 11th. Jay Hamster only taking 0.3 of a second out of Elvis Nino's lead on the last lap. I doubt that he's going to get past him here now, unless Elvis Nino makes a mistake. Infinite Glory down in 13th, and the Mercedes of Rockstar's crashed out on the exit of Ascari, and that's brought out a virtual safety car. Now, the leads have already gone past the pits, so I doubt that we'll see drivers coming into the pits for another change of tyres. Probably not a good stage, really. If it was a full safety car, that would most certainly bunch up the field again for potentially a 2 or a 3 lap shootout. We're back racing again though. So Jay Hamster determined to eat into Elvis Nino's lead, who's been on those tyres. Let's have a look. I'm sure he's been on them for about 20 laps at least now. Yeah, 20 laps Elvis Nino's been on the hard tyres. And you can see a car coming out of the pits though. It's the driver R28 getting lapped by Jay Hamster. Stays out of his way, thankfully. JB Berry in the slipstream of the Haas of Andy Meister. Round the outside into turn 1. Andy Meister will fight it out, but I think JB Berry will get ahead of him on this occasion. And he does. So JB Berry up into 6th place. Next man up from him is his teammate's title rival, Pimus 1. And Jay Hamster's got a time penalty now for exceeding chart limits. So that's his hopes of the race win and the championship out of the window now. The only way he can do it if Elvis Nino makes a mistake. Elvis Nino stays where he is. It'll be a home victory for Ferrari. Can't quite remember where Elvis Nino started the race actually. He started probably in the midfield, I would say. Yeah, he's only started 6th on the grid, but he got some front wing damage on the opening lap. Came into the pits at the end of lap 2. Either lap 2 or 3. And put the hard tyres on. The safety car came out, worked in his favour. And he's now in the lead. 3 laps to go. Jay Hamster in 2nd place. Warrior Huntsman in 3rd, but he won't keep that position at the moment because Jay Hartnell's just over a couple of seconds behind him, and Warrior Huntsman's got that 6-second time penalty. Pimus 1's got a 5-second time penalty. Infinite Glory's got 8 seconds. There's no chance of points for Infinite Glory. There's this incident in sector 2. Can't quite tell what's happened. And it's Jay Hartnell who's gone for a spin. Stays out of the way of the drivers who are going past him as he's made a mistake there. What a shame there for Jay Hartnell. It's good news for his teammate because he's moved up a position. Elvis Nino coming up to lap the Williams of Ryan Mills. He'll be getting the blue flag. Elvis Nino should use it to get the DRS on the start-finish straight. Starting the penultimate lap. 3.6 seconds clear of Jay Hamster with a couple of laps to go. The driver R28 setting a new fastest lap. He's well outside the points anyway, so he wouldn't keep that point. But Elvis Nino looks as though he's got the race in his pocket. But it's not won until the checkered flag. Jay Hamster, second place, not good enough to take the title. Pimis One looking very good in fourth place, with Infinite Glory down in 12th. That would see him take the title by quite a comfortable margin of 10 points. We cannot wait for that title. And then bear in mind, we've got the time penalties to include, so Pimis One may fall down a position or two, but even that won't stop him from becoming champion. So Elvis Nino is about to start the final lap of this Italian Grand Prix and the Tier 2 Championship in the Formula Racing League. 3 seconds in front of Jay Hamster. And the Liverpool fan 2020, the next to get a time penalty. Infinite Glory's at 13 seconds behind the likes of the Alfa Romeos in front of him, so he won't certainly be getting the point unless something happens up ahead of him. But Elvis Nino is on his last lap. Even if he was to fall behind Jay Hamster, he wouldn't lose the win because of Jay Hamster's time penalty. But it's been a brilliant race for Elvis Nino. 6th on the grid, followed to the back of the field after damaging his front wing at the Della Roggia chicane. Came to the pits, put the hard tyres on, hoped for the best. His prayers came true, with the safety car coming out because of BX37 Pro's crash to Renault. He's put the tyres to good use, looked after them, and remained in front. What a race it has been for him. So he's just got one more corner to go now. And Elvis Nino in the Ferrari, on Ferrari home turf, at his home ground, rounds the last corner. He wins the Italian Grand Prix. Brilliant effort from him. Jay Hamster comes home in second place. Warrior Huntsman comes home in third. But this is the man we need to look at. Pimis One crosses the line in fourth place. But the points he gets in this race confirms he is the Tier 2 champion in the Formula Racing League. That can't be taken away from him now because Infinite Glory is going to finish outside the points. But Pimis One has done it. He is the champion of Tier 2 in the FRL. Congratulations to Pimis One. You've done it. Well, it was going to be very close between Infinite Glory and Pimis One. Pimis One does drop to 5th place behind Andy Meister, but he won't care. He's got the points and he's leapfrogged his title rival. A brilliant, brilliant race. Pimis One kept out of trouble and he's done himself proud. And he'll most certainly be delighted with that. Excellent, excellent job by Pimis One. Congratulations to Elvis Nino for winning the race for Ferrari. It was an excellent comeback drive as well. But for Pimis One, wow. He lost the lead in the title race after the penultimate round in Shanghai. Really dismal performance there. But he got it right today. With Infinite Glory's misfortune falling down the order. Pimis One kept his car out of trouble. Didn't need to take too many risks because he knew that he was 7 or 8 laps or so away from the title with where he was on the racetrack, and he's the champion of Tier 2 in the Formula Racing League. Elvis Nino, congratulated by Jay Hamster, came so close. Had he won, would he have won the championship? The answer would have been no, but had Pimis One had been in trouble like Infinite Glory, it most certainly would have changed things. So a final classification of the Italian Grand Prix. Elvis Nino wins ahead of Jay Hamster in second. Then it's Warrior Huntsman and Andy Meister. Pimis One crossing the line in 5th and clinching the title. JB Berry in 6th ahead of Craigo. The Great Mass was a good 8th ahead of Liverpool Fan and Trotterio. Jay Hartnell falling down to 11th towards the finish. P. Cracy was 12th and Mystery 13th. Infinite Glory with the time penalties added a very disastrous 14th place. Ryan Mills was 15th ahead of the driver R28. Here in 2014, the last of the finishes. It's Rockstar, Rizzle Sticks, and BS37 Pro, the last of the finishes. The others, Nino, the Monegasque, taking victory at Monza on Ferrari home turf. He'll be very, very happy with that. Well, that's all from me today. Congratulations to Pimis One on becoming champion in the Tier 2 category of the Formula Racing League. Went down to the wire, and boy, did I enjoy it, and I hope you did as well too. I'm Tom Cairns, and I'll speak to you again soon when the Formula Racing League returns.